Hey, good afternoon, Justice Warriors. It's Wednesday. It is April 26th. So we're just about 2 months from the beginning of the end. So in the Idaho 4 case, I believe that the preliminary hearing, the arraignment, is June 26th. And then Bethany is maybe scheduled now to testify on the 28th. Mind-boggling, isn't it? So let me open with my disclaimer. Everything I say is simply my opinion, simply for the sake of hoping to start a conversation and open up a discussion, learn something. I always aim to be educational, and I make every single one of my videos for YouTube, which is an entertainment platform. So here we go. There's just a couple of things I want to talk about today, which is why I thought I would just do a pre-recorded rather than a live, because I need to keep it short and sweet, people. Pettiness. Pettiness. Not only do we have a lot of pettiness on YouTube, there's a lot of pettiness, I believe, both from YouTube and from law enforcement towards Kohberger, towards our criminal defendant. And there's just no place for that. You know, we have to give this person a fair trial, not a media blitz tried by the public. No, that's not going to work. I'd say that there's a very fair chance that the criminal defendant is indeed involved. I'd also say that there's a possibility that he's not involved. But what we need to do is allow the justice system to go through due process. It's absolutely essential. The last thing anybody wants in this case or any other, I believe, is injustice for these families. So I just wish people would quit trashing the criminal defendant. Like, why did he have to wear orange when he had his first day in court, his first hearing with Ann Taylor? Like, normally when you're trying to give somebody a fair chance, you let them come out of the prison jumpsuit. So that's just another reason in my mind that it looks like they're trying to set this guy up to be the fall guy. I mean, that's nothing new. That's nothing unique. That's been going on for probably as long as there's been trials. Seriously. Probably before there were trials, right? So anyway, I want to talk about this investigation from jump, from the 4 hours of arse dragon to get to the crime scene of the lead detective and his superior, the sergeant. 4 hours, you guys. That's not going to fly. The Corporal Brett Payne should be under investigation for that. And his superior, who was with him, should also be under investigation for that, Sergeant Blaker. And Sergeant Blaker's supervisor, Roger Lanier, the captain, should be under investigation for it, allowing that, as should Chief James Fry, in my humble opinion. So, I don't really see this as an investigation. From go, I kind of see it as the opposite of an investigation. I guess that might be what you would call a cover-up, or that other thing that starts with the C word. But the opposite of an investigation. Let's just leave it at that. So we've got the affidavit written by, is it Bitonti, the man who wrote the affidavit that's working for the criminal defense attorney to get Bethany to be subpoenaed. So is he saying that she's claiming now to have seen a man in his birthday suit running out of the house? Is that what I'm gathering? I'm not sure. I actually saw this on Evil Exists, and I trust that channel. I think that's a really good channel. So it sounds like Bethany may have reported seeing some dude running nudie bear through her house. That kind of put a monkey wrench in all this, huh? So, just a couple other things. Oh, and please hit that like button if you'd be so kind. Share and subscribe. So, you guys, like 50% of my viewers are not subscribers. Is that crazy? I just checked that today. I've never checked that before. I didn't know how. So, I figured it out this morning and I was just like, no way. That's hilarious. But, I do appreciate people watching, whether they share, like, or subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. So, thank you. I'm not going to complain. I always like to look on the positive side. Anyway, one of the other things I wanted to make mention again is Julie Fry, Chief James Fry, being the clerk of the district court. So her signature is on the paperwork that's going through the courts right now involving this case. WTF? Conflict of interests, in my humble opinion. I also want to say, and let me kick some credit over to Hard Truth. I love her channel. She's got a lot of great ideas, and she is so right on about this. I think she just put this one out today, maybe yesterday, that Bethany and Dylan, if they were actually in that house when this happened and they actually survived 4 of their 5 roommates getting slaughtered, or how does that work? 3 of their 5 roommates and then the boyfriend, they'd be cracking up by now. Like, they would definitely need to be in a psychiatric facility. They would be suicidal. They would be shaking. They would be in complete complex post traumatic stress disorder shock. So I think that Hard Truth has a really good point that that's not apparently going on. So she deduces from that that they simply weren't there. I don't know. I've been saying from the get-go, much like in the Kylie Rodney case back there in Truckee, that a lot of this whole dumpster fire shite show is effery shenanigans. And just, I'd say, have some healthy skepticism all the way through this trial to the end. And then some, probably, because really, honestly, we may never get to the actual truth, sadly. Really, really sad that these 4 young people's lives are lost. Their families are forever destroyed, wounded. Just the aftermath that will go on for generations, you guys. Like, probably everybody in the audience viewing this has seen or heard about the story In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. So that was a book that he wrote about a quadruple homicide that occurred in Kansas in 1959. And that book was a bestseller, and it changed the way people write. And it's been made into a movie at least twice, if not more. And the family of those 4, and those 4 were all in the same family. It was a father, a mother, a daughter, and a son. Um, you know, those descendants are still around. Like, that's a chilling story. And it took 5 years to get to the end of the process to put the 2 defendants to the death penalty. And it destroyed Truman Capote. I mean, he was already a train wreck, but that put him over the edge too. He actually lived there in the town in Kansas for 5 years and pretty much fell in love with the mastermind of the crime. Crazy story, but yesterday I was mentioning the 4 students shot by the National Guard in Ohio in Kent State University back in, I think it was 1972. I think we just passed the 50-year anniversary last year. And that was basically law enforcement. It's a tough thing to talk about. I live in Ohio, and you don't talk about that case anywhere near Kent. Nobody in that town will talk about it. If you go there and you bring it up, you will get some serious dirty looks. It was atrocious. It was absolutely atrocious. The gaslighting that was going on. Essentially, we had law enforcement destroy the sense of safety in our country. I would hate to see this situation in Idaho have any parallels to that. I really would. But I'm afraid that it's looking more and more, or less and less, like a remote possibility, and more like a very real possibility. So I just think that this case is going to be full of surprises. It's already been, and it continues to be. And I'm sure that I've missed things just in the last hour or two online that, this whole video is probably obsolete already, right? Anyway, I just wanted to put this together real quick. And again, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your afternoon. I hope you can get some fresh air and sunshine and exercise. Always stay hydrated, get some good nourishment, high protein, high produce. Kindness, a little goes a long way. And forgiveness, huge, absolutely huge. And above all else, get your rest and relaxation. Your sleep is the most important thing for you to function. You know it's true. So I know a lot of us walk around sleep deprived every day, but do what you can. Take a nap, get your feet up, get your 8 hours or 6 or 7 or just as much as you can. I think that a lot of people need 9 or 10 actually. Anyway, I'm going to quit preaching to the choir. I'm going to wrap it up. Peace out. Sending you light, sending you love. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.